I don't even know if the video has started or not. Check this out. It's your man, Seaniemo. What I'm about to share with you are my own personal feelings. I know I'm going to piss some folks off. I know I'm going to set some stuff on his ear, and folks are going to be mad with me. But that's the risk that you take in the life that you live, because life is full of risk. And this one is about, this upcoming event for Martin Luther King here in DC. There's this big to do, about the Martin Luther King Memorial dedication and how it's going to be, there for everybody to see. But I kind of approach things a little bit differently. And I'm going to share with you why. Excuse me, I got an incense burning. But I'm going to be honest with you. I had an opportunity to just think about that a little bit. And I'll admit that, it's long overdue that someone who has basically sacrificed their life for the betterment of the people is finally being honored. I'm honestly not down for the 30-day in February, 28, 29, 30 days in February, Black History Month thing. And even without the Black History Month thing, whenever it talks about Black history, we always get the condensed version or the watered down version. And I don't think it's fair to our black children. I don't think that denying Spanish children or Hispanic children knowledge of their history is fair. I don't even think that denying white children their history on their heritage is fair. But then you look at Martin Luther King, and now all of a sudden, after so many years, it's time for us to just go ahead and say, yeah, that he should have a monument within the midst of all these other white people who have monuments and have had monuments for years, who have had holidays for years. Here's my personal thought about all of this. It's good, but I also think it's bad. And I think it's bad for quite a few reasons. I think it's bad because maybe Martin Luther King's dream for the world may not have actually been his dream for the world. It possibly could have been his dream for us as a race. I mean, look at the history as it is written, okay? None of us, I know I haven't had the opportunity to live that previous life, and I'm just now starting to meet relatives who can tell me a little bit about when this house was here and what this neighborhood was like. But I've yet to meet a relative who have said, yes, I've been beaten by a slave master's whip or belt, or I had to work in the field and live in this hut. I've yet to meet one of them. And so I really do believe that, like, this memorial, his dream was more so for us than it was for anything else. I think he included everybody else so that they wouldn't feel like they were excluded because that was the way of the world at that moment. And the sad part is this. Here's what's so funny. The bigger problem is not with the white man. And for all you militants and brothers who always want to blame the white man, for real, the problem ain't got nothing to do with them. The problem's got a lot to do with us. Because when you take a light-skinned black person, a medium-skinned black person, and a dark-skinned black person, there is a racial issue. They do respond and react to each other differently. Africans from Zimbabwe and all them other African countries and stuff that are literally speaking the language versus those of us who has heritage from Africa, but we've been born in America and have to live the American way and speak the American language. You all treat us as though we're lesser than. I think his dream had a lot more to do with us as a race coming together and lifting each other and supporting each other and standing by each other more so than it does being able to sit down at a table with former slave and former slave owners, black men and white men, Jews and Protestants, Catholics and the whole shebang. I think it has a lot more to do with than what he said. And if you stop and think about it, it's really amazing how some of us are talking bad about Obama, but we're going to put that to the side to come down and celebrate a memorial dedication for a man who said no matter what your color is, we all have problems, we all have trials, we all have tribulations, we all have circumstances. But the bigger thing is this: as human beings, we just need to band together and hold each other up and go through that problem and come out on the other end successful. We can put aside everything else just for this. When the harsh reality is, after that hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, we're going to go right back to what it is that's causing us to be brought down, not just as a people, but as a race. And I can speak from one point and one point only: the race that I live. Now, I'll piss people off all day long because the truth be told, I don't like the way that we do each other. I don't like the way that we talk to each other. I don't like the way that we treat each other. And sometimes you get tired of just being jerked around and mistreated. And so your alternate response is, well, I'm just going to be angry and everybody is a victim. And that's not really the case. That's not honestly the case. I think that, once again, I think, honoring him in this manner is a great thing. But I also think it's just a band-aid on the real social problem. Um, we sit back and listen to the news, for those of us that do, and it's always some depressive stuff. You know, we can talk our people into fear. We can preach our people into fear and make them believe that if you do this, then that'll happen. And we do so much of this and nothing happens. And all you say is, well, just keep doing this and that'll happen. And it doesn't happen. Maybe sometimes it's just not really meant for us to have, and we need to accept that. In our relationships, and that's something that I really want to go into because it's something that I walk every day. I'm really getting sick of our own people capitalizing off of the problems within our own racial relationships. You know what I'm saying? And they don't offer any solutions whatsoever. It's okay for her to talk about all her previous hurts and even hold the next man accountable. It's okay for her to call him a dog. You know what I'm saying? And it's not cool, because what you do is you hold the race back. And so I look at this MLK memorial dedication and I ask myself, you know, have we really come close to or achieved the dream that maybe in his own heart he had for us as a race and our people? I don't really think so. I saw on Facebook where there were posts, where some people were like, man, I really wish I could be there. I'll be honest with you. If you down for what Martin Luther King was saying and what he believed in and what he fought for and what he died for, it really doesn't make a difference whether you are physically there or not. If you was down for everything he ever stood for spiritually, then you're there. And you should never feel like, you're physically not being there takes away from the moment, because the truth be told, we don't care about whether you there or not. And I'm being honest with you. I know I'm not gonna get no emails or phone calls from anybody asking, well, how come you not down here at the memorial event? And I know some people that could probably get me backstage where I could celebrate with the Jesse Jacksons and the Barack Obamas and the Michelle Obamas and all them other people, but they're not going to call me on my cell phone because they have because they have direct access to me. They're not going to say, well, how come you not here? They're going to just keep on moving. And that's what we've grown to be. And I'm talking about what I live every day. We've grown to be that kind of race where Okay, you know what? We're going to talk crap about the person that wasn't here, but we're not going to reach out to them. And so this is why I feel like the dedication is great and long overdue, but it's also a joke. But the big question is this, right? After this dedication, black people, what are y'all going to do about it? Are you going to continue to stand by and watch us just trash ourselves, kill ourselves, take away from ourselves, and watch other people capitalize off of what's wrong with us? Or are you going to take this dedication as a sign and a tool to let you know that it's time that we stand up inside and outside? That's my question to you. What you gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do.